You did not even send me airborne anyway. Why in the world I'm around, it's hard to say. You did not even send me airborne anyway. Why in the world I'm around, it's hard to say.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of episode 41 of Reading Fanfiction with Teddy and Peter. With you as always is Teddy, and
it's me, Peter.
I feel like I switch up in the delivery of that.
Yeah,
because sometimes I always say with you is Teddy.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to introducing you, I do it a few different ways.
Well, because sometimes you say so you always say with you is Teddy, and then you say with me as always.
But then I was like, well, yes, that's not untrue, but the with me-ness is also with the audience.
Yeah. I am with you and with the audience.
So, and just then I think I just said with me.
Yeah. In the beginning, the Word was God, and the Word was with God.
Yep. Anyway, today we're coming at you with a highly anticipated Bullet Train fanfiction.
Bullet Train, everyone's new favorite blockbuster.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you don't know what Bullet Train is, it's a recently released movie in theaters.
In theaters now.
2022.
Get your tickets while you can.
It's directed by David Licht.
Oh, that was Bad Bunny? Was that guy?
Yeah,
oh
that's
God.
why Bad Bunny
so
in a bit of stunt casting. Brad Pitt. Bad Bunny. Aaron Taylor Johnson as I'm a British guy. I'm a badass
badass British guy.
Joey King as Prince.
Yeah, that was
because that's
name.
the twist.
Yeah.
Someone as someone.
I'm pretty sure that was the director too.
Yeah.
David
Wait, who is
Leitch.
Jeff
I don't
in the
know
movie?
who that is. I don't know.
Wait, why is Brian Tyree Henry cast so
black.
low on
He's
the?
black.
Yeah, no shit.
He's after
Even
the train
crew member. Okay, so this movie is co-starring Brian Tyree Henry, but he,
AKA Paperboy from Atlanta,
and he gets cast after Karen Fukuhara, who is a train crew member. What's up, Hollywood?
Yeah, what's up, Hollywood? Let's talk.
Because also starring in Atlanta, also in this movie, is Zazie Beetz as the Hornet.
That part of the movie was so bad. If you haven't noticed already, we hated this movie. This movie was fucking horrible.
Yeah, and I guess before we go, it's hard because I don't want to be a gatekeeper of taste, but. And so, it goes without saying that just because I think this movie is stupid and sucks doesn't mean that it is. And I try to give the benefit of the doubt, and I really did, but there was certain moments in this movie, and one moment in particular that just broke me down.
Yeah.
No
I
hated it.
Though.
I hated it.
We're not going to tell you what that moment was, but if you went and saw it, I think you would...
Bullet Train.
Know what it is.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you wouldn't. Because there's a few contenders.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the sound of the Bullet Train trailer beginning to start. It's kind of a crime thriller, humor. It's kind of like...
But it takes... I mean, the whole concept is that it takes place on the bullet train in Japan.
Yeah.
But
no one...
they don't really talk about the bullet train very often.
And they don't really...
It's kind of the bullet train is its own character,
And there's also really no... That's totally true. And there's also really no reason it needs to take place in Japan.
Oh, yeah, or on a train.
Yeah. I mean, the train... It's based on a book. I don't know when the book was written, but I feel like this is definitely... capitalizing on, Train to Busan.
Yeah.
Big. what was the other one? Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer, yeah.
Let me read this.
But also just trains are in right now, you know?
Yeah, and the mood of it, it's trying to be like a kind of like Pulp Fiction, like
Yeah.
these guys are badass, but also kind of witty and like do like
irreverent.
And they're like, come on, love, let's one more bullet for the ride home.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. Like let's see if that comes up in the trailer.
They're also always fighting each other.
Lots of fighting that isn't very satisfying. So shit like this
song in the movie.
Yeah, they do. So shit like this where it's like they do like this is a Japanese version of a popular American song.
Yeah. They do a lot of that.
Brad Pitt's in it kind of playing his new caricature or his new typecast, which is kind of like a shaggy, bummy, but still like skilled guy. Yeah, he's like slipping and sliding all over the place. But who is that like?
Who is that?
I mean, like it's kind of he's pretty. No, not like Owen Wilson.
Okay,
he's pretty much playing the same.
I guess I'll just fucking leave.
Calm down. He's pretty much just like his character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but he's like, what's like I feel like there's an anime where the bit is like, I'm apathetic and kind of like
One Punch
an airhead, but I still am really dangerous.
Oh. Yeah.
And like all these, they all have like nicknames, so it's kind of like Reservoir Dogs too.
I mean, very clearly Tarantino inspired in general.
Yeah, but kind of. So imagine a Tarantino movie if there was no writer.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna tell. I forgot to admit. All of the dialogue sounds ad-lib, and like it's so terrible.
I don't know if it's just not very funny, and it's way too long. Honestly, this movie could have been better if it's 2 hours. If it was 1 hour, I think that would have 1 hour. I think that would have been great.
Yeah. No, I would agree. But I think that about most movies, to be fair.
Bad Bunny's in it. Bad Bunny's actually pretty good, but this is such a tease. He's barely.
Yeah, he's barely in it. Yeah. Honestly, I think that this beginning part, like all of the beginning parts with Brad Pitt are like fine.
Yeah.
And then, but like once you get past like the hour and a half mark, just everybody wants just like makes you want to fucking vomit.
It's from the director of Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
And like the thing is like I feel like, I mean, this movie is totally directed at like young white guys like me, but I feel like maybe less than when I was in high school, but my taste still extends to like these kinds of like genre, like self-aware. Like I like a good fight. I like violence. This had somehow both of those things and still sucked.
What was weird to me is I feel like it had all of the things of like good movies in it, but it just didn't.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was just terrible.
It had good actors.
Yeah, good actors. I didn't even think the performances were that horrible.
Yeah, the performances were good. It's just the writing was god awful.
Couldn't even this whole part with like Zazie Beetz.
Yeah,
that was like maybe 15 minutes. Like she was in it for maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, every twist on it was totally like wasn't built on anything that we had already learned. It was just like a new thing.
Just like random. Which I can't imagine. I never saw Deadpool or Deadpool 2.
I think it's like this.
But it must be like
in Bullet Train, Brad Pitt stars as Ladybug, an unlucky assassin determined to do his job peacefully after one too many gigs gone off the rails. Fate, however, may have other plans, as Ladybug's latest mission puts him on a collision course with lethal adversaries from around the globe, all with connected yet conflicting objectives on the world's fastest train. The end of the line is just the beginning in this non-stop thrill ride through modern-day Japan from David Lecht, the director of Deadpool 2.
And Japanese man.
Yeah, based on the book by Kataro Asaka. So it is written by...
this is insane.
Do you think the main characters are Japanese?
They must be Japanese in the actual book. There's no way that they must.
There is a fan fiction coming. Yeah. But we have to... Oh, so this book was in 2010.
Could you imagine we just spend the whole time just talking about how much we hated a movie?
This is kind of like this is our bibliography at the front. This is that we showed that we did our research.
Yeah, it's true. except we're doing the research right now. So in a way,
We're making the work visible.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so the main character, pretty much everyone is like
Wait, so, okay,
English
wait.
speaking,
What is his name in
white
first?
or British.
His name in the movie is the Ladybug, and he's played by Brad Pitt. In this, his name is Yuichi
Kimura.
Kimura. For somehow I doubt that person imagined it being Brad Pitt.
Maybe they did.
I doubt it.
I wonder if the author had anything to do with. I don't think so.
Can we watch ASMR Steam Deck gameplay?
We could maybe later, or ASMR stalking my guest bathroom to be super extra. I like ones like those where it's like sorting, low key. Is Brian
anyways.
Tyree Henry British? Because he speaks British in the movie.
He speaks British. I think he actually might be, but I don't remember.
Dude, I fucking hated this guy. There's I think it's the Aaron Taylor Johnson, whoever that is. He played like a fucking Peaky Blinders ass guy with like a vest and like, I'm an assassin and we have a code.
Oh, no, thank you. You know what? Do you have...
And shit like where Brad Pitt's like, we're in the middle of the fight, but I am still buying water. Can you believe that I did that?
Actually, I want sparkling water.
And he says, Domo arigato, like the Styx song.
Yeah.
Not the language. So anyway, you can imagine our surprise when we searched for bullet train fan fictions of this movie that came out, I think, at the last month or the beginning of this month, and there was a lot, like over 100 on Archive of Our Own. And we're gonna read one called Mixed Fruits from
Sorry. I didn't mean to yawn on pod. I'm sorry.
Mixed Fruits by Came Crawling Back. So I think this might be confusing if you don't know the name, so we'll kind of guide you, the listener, through it. So, rating, mature, archive warning, graphic depictions of violence, category, gen, like GEN. I don't know what that is. Fandom is Bullet Train 2022.
True.
So not the book. So relationship, Lemon and Tangerine Bullet Train. So Lemon and Tangerine is the name of the Brian Tyree Hill character. He's his
he's
code
Lemon.
name, and then the Peaky Blinders guy, he's Tangerine, and they're like, we love each other.
Yeah, we're brothers.
That's the sort of thing. It's like one of them thinks the other one dies and gets like really sad, but there's no like reason we would believe that. They
the
like
whole thing is just
they like argue, and it's like, oh, that was like emotional
cute.
build-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the ladybird part where they're like bonding.
and not Ladybug.
Not ladybug. That could have been a good joke for the movie. So that's the relationship. So I assume there was.
That'd be
I
crazy.
couldn't tell from the movie if they were supposed to be gay or like actually
No,
related.
They were supposed to be. I think they were like somehow surrogated together as like adopted brothers.
Well, because a black person and a white person could never be related.
Yeah, they could never be related. I mean, to be
Sorry,
fair,
that's my-
those two people look pretty fucking different.
That's my Hotep coming out. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're either gay or brothers, and so the relationship. We'll see what this fanfic's take on it is.
Yeah.
So the characters are Tangerine, Bullet Train, Lemon, Bullet Train, Ladybug, Bullet Train.
Ladybug is Brad Pitt, by the way.
Yeah. The Prince, Bullet Train is some other little
Joey
girl,
King.
and others. So all these character names just have Bullet Train in parentheses after them.
Yeah.
So additional tags. The first one reads, crack fic for a pretty cracky movie. And I made a joke before we were recording that this movie is not crack. It's more like Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I drink too much Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But if you're like
I'm on a
12,
sugar
you're
high,
like, this
yeah.
is crack. This movie is like on crack.
Yeah, it's like you drink a Mountain Dew and then do one of those like things of pixie sticks.
And
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, and you spring it.
And you're just fucking going crazy on sugar.
Yeah. It's a
It's-
fix-it fic, which I don't know, maybe that's... Maybe this is addressing what I thought. I was like, if it's supposed to be gay in the movie, they could have done a lot more to illustrate that they're gay.
Yeah. I did not get the sense that they were gay at all from the movie.
Fix-it fic.
Like, to be clear, like, they say many times
Oh,
that they're
yes.
brothers.
It's fan fiction. Fix It Fic is a fan fiction that changes something about canon that the fan writing the fic wasn't happy with.
Okay, so I'm sure it's that they're gay.
Yeah, and not brothers.
And not brothers.
Brothers. All right, POV Ladybug, possibly Ladybug Tangerine pre-slash ID fucking K. I don't fucking know. Language, English. Published on the 17th of this month, updated same day, 784 words. There's 4 chapters. 2 comments, 9 kudos, and 1 bookmark, and 57 views.
I think without...
Dude, let's refresh and just give them another view. 58. 58. Well, maybe it'll go up later. Yeah. Mixed Fruits by Came Crawling Back. Summary. Lemon's getting them both off this fucking train if it kills him. Or scratch that. If it kills every other person on the train and in a fucking 5-mile radius to boot, he's not too fussed at this point. So that's like British.
Yeah, it's like fake
kind of
British.
Yeah. I have to say, so that's pretty much the vibe of the movie.
Yeah, I'd say that's
far.
pretty spot on. What is the notes? What does that mean?
See the end of the work for notes? Are there notes in this?
It doesn't look like... Oh, there is 1 note.
All
2
right.
notes.
We can see those.
Yeah, we can
later.
see those later.
Chapter 1, the setup. There's a summary for each chapter?
Well, there's a summary for the whole thing, and then there's a summary for each chapter. So we just read the summary for each chapter. Or for the chapter. Or
No, we saw the summary for the whole thing.
Sorry.
Now there's a summary for just the chapter. Summary. Isn't he dead yet? The girl asks anxiously, her voice trembling with stress. Ladybug feels his stomach twist. He's already killed 2 people today. He's not eager to add a 3rd to the list.
How's that a summary? It's not a summary at all.
Notes. Lemon isn't even in this chapter. It's basically just a quick and dirty prologue. Stay tuned for a sibling reunion in chapter 2. Oh. So they are siblings in this. So what did they fix?
They're gay siblings.
That they're gay siblings. Gay with each other. Tangerine. Gags / dry heaves. Reeling back against the far wall of the train compartment. You fuck. You shot me. His hands are pressed to a spreading red blotch on his side. There's another grazing his shoulder that he doesn't seem to have registered yet. Ladybug thinks distinctly that he's lucky the semi-auto only caught him twice.
This happens a lot in the movie, though, where somebody gets shot and they're like, "You shot me!"
Yeah, where they're like, "What the?
Did you just shoot me?"
Where instead of, like, a usual, like, person would be, like, screaming and, like, crying.
Yeah. Like
they're like, "Oh, what the bloody... you've done is served to piss me right off."
And there's always, like, a very conveniently placed, like, piece of, like, something that stops, like, a knife or, like, a bullet or something.
And then there's also a point in the movie where 100 Miles, the old folks lore song about, like, people fleeing the Dust Bowl or whatever. Because they're on a train, and they are moving maybe about that number of miles. 100 miles. Ma, I'm 1. Ma, I'm 2. 3, 4, 100 miles.
You don't need to play it, it's okay. Okay, never mind, he's playing it anyways. He's playing, Joan Baez kind of looks like, Cher Sherman in that picture. Not quite here, but...
There's a lot of truth in that too, isn't there?
Is she Scottish?
I guess. You sounded Scottish.
Do you know the song, 500 Miles? If you miss the train I'm on, you'll know that I'm gone. Sounds very nice if you sing it with me.
Train.
Bullet train.
If you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles.
So it's that song, but it's kind of like ironic when the movie uses it.
In the movie, I was reminded of the 1,000 Times song.
Yeah,
by,
that would.
by
I
Ross
had,
Coleman.
dude. That would have been so,
That would be so funny
good
if that was-
to have when one of them dies.
Dies.
I had that dream 1,000. Wait,
Is that the actual like
Wait a
melody of that
second.
song?
dude, did we just crack this wide fucking open?
Hold on.
Yeah, pause.
Pause. Nico, you're gonna fucking love this shit.
Fuck.
Wait, I forgot that.
I've had that dream 1,000 times.
This is like one of our videos.
It's literally the same song.
Wow.
Hear the whistle blow.
This is shocking. Well, it's like they say that
Sure you want to talk this out?
Not particularly, no. Okay.
Exclusively in movie theaters.
it's like they say how
Yeah.
folk songs are tradition and they're meant to be. So you start with 100 miles, then you go on to 1,000 times, and now I think I'm ready to make the 10,000 installment.
Yeah. You have to do that
We should have done that instead of making a song about Gino, which is what we did.
next time.
Back to the story.
Fuck,
We
he
barely
recovers.
started
He
this.
recovers.
He recovers the gun and ejects the magazine, chucking it over his shoulder somewhere. Once the temptation's removed, he scrambles over to Tange's prone form, just long enough to pat his suit up and down for backup weapons. Strips off his outer shirt and
Okay.
presses it against the stomach
Maybe this is
wound
the fix it part.
until Tangerine does not need to be
Yeah.
shortened, gets the message and applies his own pressure. His lips are going wet, but he's mouthing something, too ragged and gasping to hear clearly. Ladybug hastily puts some distance behind him, shielding the girl with his body.
Oh. I
What's
guess it's-
going on?
Well, it's like, they said in the summary that there was a girl there, so I guess that's the Joey King character.
But I don't know what the action is, and I saw the movie.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking. Well, it's kind of in medias res, right? It's like
Oh, wait.
Okay, sorry.
Doesn't try to make out his words because that way madness lies. Whoa.
Whoa.
He doesn't want to understand him because
Yeah.
that way madness lies. God knows he's learned that getting involved with the twins is more trouble than it's worth. So the twins are Lemon and Tangerine, and Ladybug is involved with them. Stay where you are, man. I don't want to have to end your ass. Isn't he dead yet? The girl asks anxiously, her voice trembling with stress.
Oh, wait,
this was in the
is
summary.
yeah.
His stomach twists and he's killed 2 people already. He's bleeding out, he tells the kid mildly, trying to sound reassuring. Oh. So it's like imagine Brad Pitt saying it like
Yeah.
he's bleeding out.
Yeah, that was a good Brad Pitt voice.
He's bleeding out.
Yeah. I think that's exactly how he would read that line. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Imagine a new way to travel.
Dude, this is a commercial for
Tranquil.
the actual bullet train.
Comfortable.
Read by Brad Pitt.
Fast.
But this is giving them an idea. of
Travel
his
doesn't have to be
inflection.
hectic.
But this is pretty crazy that there's a real ass ad for a bullet train.
Join us for a truly
Dude, it was
unforgettable
clearly
experience.
like a Japanese tourism
MSL.
thing.
Get on board, Marcy.
Was it?
Yeah, that
Peace
logo
out.
was like in the whole thing.
Well, does any American need incentive to visit Japan? Everyone loves
Look,
the bullet
I would
train.
love
It
to
just
go to
wouldn't
Japan.
happen.
That's like
The last image is like from the movie where he's like beat up.
yeah.
Maybe it's a bit. Maybe
It
it's
might be a
they're
bit.
being
It might be a
ironic.
bit. It might be a bit. Anyways. Oh, this is a Whiplash, except
Yeah, it's on autoplay. Fuck.
yeah. And it's the
Should turn that
subtitles
off.
are in Greek. Turn this off. A better
Sorry.
We should do Whiplash next. Is the
So he's sounding reassuring, he feels mildly ridiculous the way he always does when trying to appear cool and unintimidated around teenagers. I'll take his weapons. He won't have the strength to follow us. She sucks in a breath, ready to argue. Ladybug capitulates. I'll tie his arms and legs if it makes you feel safer. I'm pretty good with knots. I like that word.
What, capitulates?
Yeah. I think that this was probably a thesaurus moment.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really what capitulate means, so I'd believe it.
Cease to resist an opponent or an unwelcome. Yeah, this is more like you're at war.
Well, yeah, but it's also like, I mean, I see why this person used it, and it's a totally fine usage, I guess. What I mean is like I feel like
defeat.
You would capitulate once you've begun to argue.
Yeah,
but,
it
like,
says
if
give
you-
up
if
the
you
struggle.
haven't- If you haven't like started arguing, I feel like it's capitulate isn't quite the right term, but look, that's just me, you know. I don't.
Well, you're an expert.
Well, I'm not that much.
The kid's still making a sour face, like she's sucking a lemon. Won't the conductor hear him? She glanced at
Oh wait, Lemon? Lemon, that's a character from Bullet Train. She's sucking a lemon.
Ew.
That's a character from Bullet Train.
It is. She glances at Tangerine nervously before fixing her wide, wet eyes on
Ew.
Ladybug.
Oh, okay. This person's
There's
weird.
something
This person's a weirdo.
Disconcerting about the set of her face. Then again, maybe it's just the thick smudge of her eyeliner making her eyes look small and vaguely
I
raccoonish.
thought they were wide and wet, not small.
Oh. He shoots her his best non-threatening smile. Don't worry, I'll take care of
Shoots
it.
her.
Yeah, I mean,
You should.
this is
If
so
you knew them-
long.
No, it's not, dude. Just get through. Just
Remember when the big thing used to be that it was about reading the fan fiction?
And now it's
With
just
the-
reading like 60% of the fan.
Oh, like 20%. I have no way I'm getting much further through this. There's a discarded scarf that looks... All this has just been describing something no one knows about or cares about.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, we chose to do this.
Well, he binds Tangerine's skinny wrists in a pair of Prusik cuffs.
Since when is he? What is?
Tangerine's pretty built.
Yeah, I think he would not have skinny wrists.
What's the incel thing with the wrists? Weak wrists.
Yeah, that's like a thing, but
He
in front.
He hides him around it, and Tangerine barely fights as Ladybug works, struggling weakly enough that he looks like a wriggling puppy.
Oh.
Okay, so he's patting him down. Tangerine
You're
falls
just like-
into consciousness.
Yeah.
Ladybug feels a stab of guilt for worrying about the mustached fuck at all. He's a contract killer. He was going to kill a kid, for fuck's sake. Still, something about the guy. Even while they'd fought, there'd been something about the spark in his eyes. The barely leashed raged in the set of him. That's the second time he said it, in the set of.
Yeah.
Something thrilling. He'd made Ladybug feel like he was struggling for control, but not in an unpleasant way. More like, nope,
I
stupid,
see. I
not
get
worth
it.
dwelling on. Once he's found all the... They did have chemistry.
I mean, as much as any two men on the same screen could have chemistry with each other, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, I feel like whenever these movies come out, it's like if there's two men on the same screen, there's a fan fiction about how they're gay.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, you know, it's played out. No? Are you literally gonna play another clip of Joan Baez?
The beauty of those songs.
I don't. Jack Kerouac writes like ticker tape.
Oh, I know
I
this.
used to see you write like ticker tape. I used to feed you salad and red wine while you wrote like ticker tape.
Yeah, I remember.
This is from Bullet Train, by the way.
William Zanzinger.
Overlooking the Pacific.
I actually really like
Wow,
this movie.
Pacific Ocean and Big Sur, right?
William Zanzinger.
Where was that right?
Patty Carroll, one of the best songs I think you ever wrote.
I think it's one of the best songs you sing.
Thank you. How come you take it on the stage now?
Because you won't sing it?
Oh, Bob. Sure I will. Just because I screwed up the words.
Well,
I know
it
you
really,
like my
it really
dress.
displeases me that you went off and got married and
You went off and got married first and didn't tell me.
Yeah,
That could have been in Bullet. That would have been the best scene in Bullet Train.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that would have been the best scene in a lot of movies.
His unfocused gaze has come to rest on Tangerine's lips. There's a trickle of blood coming down one corner of his mouth. Ladybug's thumb itches to wipe it away. He tucks it into a fist to avoid the impulse. Remembers that's it. A gag.
Wait, did he mean a gig?
A gig.
No, but it says a gag.
He takes off his bucket hat and rolls it up. Brad Pitt. Wedges it into Tangerine's mouth, not deep enough to choke him.
Oh, he's gonna make
Sits
him
back
choke
on
for
his
sure.
knees, frowning to assess his work. No, I'm kidding. It's assess. He fucking likes that hat, so he feels a stab of irritation at losing it to this goon. But it should still work well enough as a gag. And if it can save him from killing another man tonight, even a man he really, really doesn't like, the sartorial sacrifice is worth it. What does that mean?
Sartorial?
Yeah.
I don't know what it means in this context.
He's just going to spit it out, the girl fumes, sounding more angry than scared now, only cementing Ladybug's conviction that teens are ruthless and to be avoided at all costs. Tangerine's so pale with blood loss, he highly doubts the man still has the wherewithal to spit, but Ladybug undoes his belt and buckles it around his face to keep her happy.
But now his pants are gonna fall off.
This story sucks.
But it's basically over now. I mean,
Well, there's 3 more chapters.
well, yeah, we're not gonna go through.
What's
all
the next
3 of
chapter?
them.
Where is it?
What do you mean where?
Maybe there is only 1 chapter.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess they didn't write the other one.
They just said they were going to have 4 chapters.
Well, dude, I mean, what? It's been like 2 weeks.
So I guess we did finish it.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, that is about 700 words.
Pat on your
Okay.
back. Wait, read the notes.
Yes, I did Google shibari knots for this. IDK seemed like something Ladybug would know.
That's not even in the.
Is it? I don't think it is. I know very little about them, so please suspend your disbelief, especially read the length and durability of the ropes Ladybug is using here. Expect an update in like a week, by which point this fandom will probably be completely irrelevant, but like I don't fucking care.
Well, I don't fucking care either. If that's the way you're gonna feel about it.
Nakty, N-A-C-T-Y, on chapter 1 said, "Oh, Tangerine, you will be surprised by this teen." That's true, because in the movie she turns out to be a bit of a mastermind.
Yeah, she's a little bit of a.
She's a little
wild
evil.
Card, yeah.
Pansy Zong said, "Why did I not saw this show up? Please update. I need more of these too." Ladybug and Tangerine.
That last one was submitted at 2 a.m.
Eastern time.
on Sunday. Jesus Christ. When did this come out?
Last
when did they
Sunday.
publish this? Yeah, last Sunday.
17th, and
Wow,
that
so
was
it
on the
last-
18th.
Wow. That's wild. That's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
Well, there we go.
Oh, and you're gonna go out. Yeah, play us out, the Shins.
Yeah, how far does this go?
What a lot of people don't know is that the Shins were actually the band for this podcast before they got
Yeah.
big.
100 miles, 100 miles.
I don't
I
think-
would think. Fuck.
Stop this.
Don't like this video. Look at this nerd.
Wait, have you never seen this video?
No.
Do you know this song?
Yeah, it's
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
it's the song in Garden State.
Yeah, in Garden State, yeah.
Is it the song that she's listening to Only Living
Yeah.
Boy in New York.
Yeah. But this song rocks.
No, it doesn't. All right, so we're gonna wrap this episode up. Thank you everyone who joined us.
Yeah.
And join us for the next one. We've got some exciting things
Yeah.
lined up for this podcast. Now that we've reached 40 episodes, we're really taking this seriously, and we'd like to take it on the road and see you in your city soon.
Yeah.
So look forward to that, and Teddy and Peter signing off.
Signing off. Thanks for listening.